Bye, Christine. Have a great day. Woo, you guys are awesome. All right, we got our toys. It is time to get back to work. Okay, we're gonna start in a standing position. And we're just gonna start nice and gentle, passing the ball around your backside. So we're just practicing our hand grip, playing around with proprioception. Where is your body? Where is this ball in connection with your body? Once you feel like you've got this passed down, close your eyes. And then how fast can you go with your eyes closed? Nice. Take one more pass around and then switch directions and see if you can keep your eyes closed as you switch directions. Take one more pass around. Nice. And then bring your ball into your left hand. We're going to play around with just a little bit of shoulder mobility. So a nice wide even stance with your feet. We're going to keep the ball top side. So we're going to pass that ball underneath our arm, swing it all the way up and overhead, keeping the ball up the whole time. So we pass it underneath, over, up and around. Let your whole torso move with you and swing it around. One more time on this side. Nice. And then switch hands, ball side facing up. We tuck it underneath our armpit, swing it all the way around, up and overhead, keeping the ball top side up. Nice. Pass it underneath, swing it all the way up and overhead. One more time on this side, underneath, all the way up and overhead, and then bring it back in. And we're going to start a little squeeze. So press it between the palms and see if you can just start to feel a light little engagement in the armpit chest muscles, just squeezing in. Keep a slight firmness in your tummy. Beautiful. We're squeezing for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Keep a little squeeze, lower down. Keep a little squeeze, bend the elbows. So think of this as a bicep curl. Keep a little squeeze, lower down. Keep a little squeeze and come up. Keep a squeeze and lower. Keep a squeeze and lift. For 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Keep it low. We're going to keep that squeeze. Keep your arms fairly straight. And we're going to squeeze and lift up and overhead. Squeeze and lower down. So we're really finding that work in the armpit chest. Squeeze and lift up. Squeeze and lower down. And as you lift up, just check your ribs, check your center. So if everything's kind of going with you, firm up your center. Keep your ribs pulled in towards each other. Only lift your arms as high as feels comfortable. 2 more to go here. Lift up and lower down. Last one, lift up and lower down. Nice. Now we're going to lower that ball down to the ground and step it under one foot. Doesn't matter which one. We're going to do both sides. So start by just placing it under your foot and then just give your foot a little soft roll, just rolling towards the heel and towards the toe. Cool. Now we're going to keep a nice wide stance with our feet. So think about stepping that ball foot out just a little bit wider, keeping the ball trapped under your foot, hands on your hips. We're going to think about pushing your butt back so your weight comes into your standing leg heel, and then press yourself back up with control. Set your butt down and back. Keep your chest lifted. Press into that standing leg and rise up. Nice. 3 more to go here. Lower down and lift up. Lower down and lift up. Last one. Noticing that little bit of instability that that foot on the ball brings. All right, and now we're going to step over to the other side. So you're going to pass that ball along, hands free if you can, and then start with just a little bit of a roll of the foot. Awesome. And then keep that ball trapped under your foot, hands on your hips. You're pushing your butt down, so your weight's in your standing leg heel, keeping your chest lifted, press into that standing leg and rise up. For 4, 3, 2, last one. Nice. Now hands free if you can. You're going to move that ball and you're going to start to trap it right between your ankles. You're going to walk your feet in nice and close. Keep that nice little squeeze between your ankles, and we're going to start to lift the heels up. So think about rising up just as far as your ankles will allow. Lower with control. Keep that squeeze on the ball. Lift up and lower down. We got 6 more to go here. Last one. Awesome. Lower your heels. We're going to bend down, grab that ball, and now place it right between your inner thighs. So toes and knees are pointing forward. We're going to keep that little squeeze on that ball in the inner thighs. Push your butt down and back. Press into your heels and rise up. Push your butt down and back. Keep that squeeze on the ball. Rise up with control. Beautiful. We got 6 more to go here. Two. Last one. Nice. Grab that ball. We're going to hold it like we've got our little claw hand. Hug your elbow into your side body. Keep that claw. Draw your ball in circles and try to keep your forearm fairly steady and stable. So if you like, bring your other arm across to keep it placed on there, just to invite it to stay nice and stationary. We want to find most of the movement coming out of the wrist and the hand, so we're working those finer muscles there. Nice. One more circle around in this direction and then go the other way. And again, see if you can keep your elbow nice and tight at your ribs. Keep that forearm nice and stable. Nice. One more circle around. And then we're going to let both hands hold the ball for a second, and then we're going to squeeze. So think both thumbs squeeze, both index fingers, middle fingers, ring fingers, pinky. Back to the thumbs. Thumb, index, middle, ring, pinky. 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 And now we'll reverse. Pinky, ring, middle, index, thumb. 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 Awesome. And then switch hands. So now you're going to make that claw. You're going to hold your elbow nice and tight against your side. Other hand can touch that forearm and start to draw those circles. So we're finding those finer muscles up in the wrist and the forearm. Keeping your forearm fairly stationary if you can. Cool. And then reverse directions, go the other way. Nice. One more time around. Awesome. And then when you're ready, just give that hand a little shake. We're going to come down onto the ground, onto all fours. So in a tabletop position. So come down any way you like, but we're going to place the ball underneath our right hand. Keep a little bit of a firm claw grip on that ball. Left hand is going to be down, and we're going to take some unbalanced push-ups here. So we want to think about keeping a fairly spined plank. Keep your abdominals firm. Bend your elbows wide, lower your chest. Press your way back up with control. Beautiful. Bend your elbows wide. Press your way back up. We got 6 more to go here. Last one. Nice work. And then take that ball, soften your grip, and just draw some circles around your palm. Go in one direction. Draw some circles, go the other way. Awesome. And then pass that ball over to the other hand. Make a fairly firm claw grip on that ball. Nice wide stance with your arms, a nice little bit of a planking position with the spine, so keeping the belly firm. Take your elbows wide, lower your chest. Push your way back up with control. Elbows wide, lower your chest. Push your way back up. Nice. 6 more just like that. Last one. Awesome. And then as you come up, loosen your grip on that ball and start to draw some circles with the other hand. Cool. And then draw your circles the other way. Nice. And now we're going to get into the chest a little bit. So we're going to think about placing that ball right at the center of the chest. So find and locate that breastbone, and then we're going to lay onto the ball. So position that ball where it's comfortable for you. You want to be able to breathe. You want to be able to soften the tissue around the ball, and you're just going to let your arms be wherever is the most comfortable. So your head is going to start to rest down, and then you're going to tune into the back side of your body. So it's going to create a rounding in the upper back body. Let your chin tuck down, and then just let the breath do the rest of the work for you here. Take a nice deep breath in, nice slow breath out, and really start to notice the space between the shoulder blades. And then just notice if you're holding a lot of tension in your chest, see where you can soften. It's a slight uncomfortable position, but it should be still fairly comfortable enough that you could breathe. So if there's anything that's really feeling like it's wrong, reposition the ball or just come up and off of it altogether. Take 2 more breaths here. Cool. And now from here, lift your head up, push your way up away from the ball so you're into a tabletop position. We're going to leave the ball on the ground for a second. Take 3 cat and cows here just to kind of soothe out the upper back body. So we're going to drop the belly, lift the chest, lift the tail, and then round the shoulders just to smooth all of that out. Awesome. Last cat and cow here. And now we're going to take the ball under our belly. So if you've got anything going on with your belly, if you've got IBS, if you've had a surgery recently, if you have a hernia, anything that might be just not quite right for this position, you're going to stay up in a seated position, and you're just going to do the work in a seated position so you can control how much pressure you're putting on your center. But if it feels like it's a safe position to be in, you're going to place that ball underneath your abdomen, so right around your belly button area. My knees are on the ground, so my knees are going to really help support how much weight I'm putting on, and my elbows and forearms are also going to help control that. And now I'm going to soften over the ball just a little bit, let my muscles relax, and then push your abdominal muscles onto the ball. Think about contracting the abdominal muscles so that you're pushing the ball away from you. And then can you soften again? Maybe a little bit more this time. And then again, push away with your abdominal muscles. And then do that one more time. Soften around the ball. And then push the ball away. So we use those abdominal muscles to push the ball away. And this last time, you're going to soften just as much as you can stand. So I'm going to let my toes relax. I'm going to get my shoulders relax. I'm going to let my torso get nice and heavy on the ball, but only if that feels safe and comfortable to you. You should be able to still breathe here. You might get that little sort of quivery sensation in your center. You might kind of feel your heartbeat in there. But what we want to try and do is let the muscle tissue relax as much as possible to release the psoas and release any other tense muscles that we might be holding in our center. So see if you can hang out here for 1 or 2 more cycles of breath. Nice. And then if all is feeling good, you're going to start to find a little bit of a rock side to side. So you're just kind of rocking the hips and letting that ball just kind of roll around on your center. Beautiful. Take one more little rock side to side, and then we're going to sort of lean off the ball, remove the ball from your center, and we're going to place it under the ribs. So we're going to come into a side lying position. The ball is going to come under the rib cage, and then you're going to lower onto your side. So you can have a zigzag with your legs or stack your legs. That's just going to be whichever position feels more stable to you. And the bottom arm is going to reach long and your head is going to rest there. So now you're already starting to find probably a little side stretch. If you can, reach your top hand up, reaching for that bottom arm, elongating through the side, and think about letting that top hip be nice and heavy toward your heels. And take 3 nice deep breaths here. Nice. And now we're going to get a little bit more focused here. So you're going to lift your head away from that bottom arm, and the hands are going to come behind the head. Think about pressing your head into your hands, hands into your head. And now we're going to do these little side body crunches. So you're going to lift that bottom elbow away from the floor. Nice. And we got 6 more to go here. So squeeze in that side body, or think C-spine. Last one. Awesome. And then reach it all long again. Take a nice big stretch. Take a nice big breath. Awesome. And then you're just going to kind of pick yourself up into a side seated position, and then take 3 mermaids here. So with your hand on the ball, reposition your legs so you're in a nice good zigzag seat. We're going to reach and lengthen out, and then with control, pull yourself back up, grab that ball, take a little counter stretch. Take that ball back down to the ground, release your grab, roll on out. With control through the side body lift up, grab the ball, take a counter stretch. Awesome. One more just like that. Hands down, reach out long, pull it back up with control, and take that side bend. Nice. And now from here, we're just going to swing the legs on around to the other side so that we can place the ball underneath our ribs. So locate the ribs, lower down onto it, position your legs any way that feels good to you. Bottom arm reaches long, top arm reaches up. Hang out in that side stretch and take a nice couple of deep breaths. Let the breath do the work for you here first. Cool. And then when you're ready, you're going to lift your head away. Hands are going to come behind the head. And then we're going to start that little spine squeeze. So we're going to lift and squeeze and lower over. Lift and squeeze and lower over. 6 more to go here. Last one. Release your hands. Take one more nice big stretch. Beautiful. And then start to push your way up away from that ball. Find your zigzag seat, and we take our mermaid to the other side. So with that ball underneath your hand, you're going to roll out, reach that top hand up, and then with control, pull it up, grab that ball, take a counter stretch. Beautiful. Lengthen down, reach out and roll that ball with you, and then pull it all back up with control, grab the ball and counter stretch. Nice. One more just like that. Beautiful. And now from here, we're going to flip onto our back side. Take that ball, place it right between your inner thighs. Squeeze that ball, curl your tailbone under, roll your way down to the ground. Walk your heels a little bit closer to your butt, and we're going to take about 8 bridges here. We're going to keep that nice squeeze on the ball. So we're going to keep and maintain that nice engagement of the inner thighs. Hands down alongside your hips. Lift your hips up. Keep that squeeze on the ball. Lower it down. For 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. Keep the ball between your knees. Lift your heels up. So now we got our legs in a tabletop position. Take your arms a little bit wider just to give you a little support. And we're going to take the knees side to side. You're going to take them just to the point that you feel your oblique muscles fire on, and then only go to the point that you can control and pull back to center. Meanwhile, you're keeping and maintaining that nice little squeeze on the ball. So inner thighs are engaged, legs are nice and zipped up together. Take one more time each side. And then as you come back to center, you're going to grab that ball, float your feet up towards the ceiling, take a couple little points and flex of the feet. And then we're going to move forward from here. So you're going to reach up and place that ball between your ankles, reach your arms up and overhead, let your legs reach long, bring it all back up and in, grab that ball, legs go long, arms reach up and overhead, bring it all back in, place that ball between your legs, reach everything long, bring it in and switch. Bring it in and switch. 3 more to go here. Last set. Awesome. And then grab that ball, bend your knees, float your feet down to the ground. We're going to move that ball. So now it's going to come up underneath our shoulder blades. So we're going to place it in that nice little space between the shoulders, hands behind the head to support the head and the neck. We're going to lean over the ball, think gentle back bend, and then exhale to come up. Inhale to lean over the ball. Exhale to come up. Beautiful. 6 more just like that. Last one. We're going to keep the head and neck supported, press into your feet, lift your hips up, and start by just seeing if you have stability on the ball. If not, it's not going to be the maneuver for you, and you might want to keep your butt down on the ground. But if you've got that ball stable underneath you, you're going to start to glide forward and back. So we're rolling that ball along the spine in the space between the shoulder blades. So we're taking it below the shoulder blades slightly and up to the top of the shoulders. Nice. Take one more roll up and down. And then we're going to take it right back to the space between the shoulder blades. Set your butt down, lean over the ball, find a back bend here. So you're just going to let your head drop back, but your hands are still supporting the head slightly. So you're not taking too much of the weight on your neck. So everything feels supported, and hopefully you're finding a little opening in the chest, the collarbones, and a little bit of an opening in the throat and the neck. So take a couple nice big breaths here. Take one more big inhale. And then as you exhale, you'll slowly start to lift your way back up. Float your hands down, prop yourself up, and then come into a seated position. From here, we're going to flip back over into a tabletop position. So flip yourself on around, and now you're going to take the ball and you're going to trap it between your right calf and the back of your right thigh. You're going to keep that nice little bit of a trap, and you're going to pick that leg up. And now you're just going to start to squeeze the heel towards your butt. So you're going to squeeze and squeeze and squeeze and squeeze for 5, 6, 7, 8. Keep that ball trapped. Keep that little bit of squeeze. Lift up and lower down. 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 Keep it lifted and draw some circles in one direction. Beautiful. And then draw your circles the other way. Nice. And then set that foot down. And now we're going to switch. So take that ball and remove it, bring it over to the other side. Trap it between the back of your thigh and your calf. And then once you've got it trapped, lift the leg up and then find that little squeeze. Heel squeezes and release. Squeeze and release. Squeeze and release. Squeeze and release. For 4, 3, 2. Hold that squeeze. We lift the knee up and lower down. Lift 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 up and hold it. Keep that squeeze. Draw some circles in one direction. Beautiful stability, you guys. Woo, I didn't even have to say it. It's already there. Nice work. Draw your circles the other way. Woo! And then when you're ready, set that leg down. Oh man, release that ball. Just put it out away from you just for a second. Slide your right leg back, toes curled under, and just take a couple of nice rocks forward and back. Nice. And then switch sides. Slide that leg in, send the other leg back, toes curled under, and rock it forward and back. Beautiful. And then bring that leg in, big toes together, knees nice and wide to the outer edges of your mat. Grab your ball, and then we're going to sit back onto our heels. So our weight's back in our heels, butt's way back. We're going to place that ball underneath the forehead. So if you're wearing glasses, it might feel good to take them off, but just set them somewhere safe. And then place your forehead on the ball. Hang out there for a second. And you just want to make sure you create just a little bit of engagement in the back of your neck so you're not kind of yanking against the back of the neck. So make sure it feels slightly supported. Let your forehead rest. And then you're just going to start to turn your head gently side to side. So think of this as a little bit of a gentle roll on the forehead. Just moving that tissue just a little bit. So a slight turn of your head and a slight massaging of the forehead. One more turn each side, or even yourself out. And then bringing your head to center, so it's right underneath your forehead and right along that third eye center, or right between your eyebrows. It's just going to be a gentle nod of the head up and down. So it'll be a small and subtle movement, not a lot going on here. Nice. One more nod of your head up and down. And then you're going to lift your head up and away. If you have glasses down on the ground, go ahead and pick them up. We're going to sit in an upright position. So if it feels okay to sit back on your heels like this, sit like this, or if it feels better to crisscross your legs, just do the one that feels good. But now we're just going to finish by rolling the front of the neck and the chest. So we're going to put a little bit of a press, walk the ball across, put a little press, and walk it the other way. Awesome. Put a little press, walk it across, put a little press, and walk it the other way. And then if you're down low on the chest, maybe think about coming up a little bit higher along the neck, but then just watch that press. It's not going to be as hard as you walk across the front of the throat. Nice. Take one more little pass side to side, or even yourself out, whichever the case may be. And then set that ball down and just take a couple of gentle nods of your head up and down. And then just notice, how does your neck feel? How does the front of your throat feel? Cool. And then when you're ready, head comes to neutral. Pop yourself all the way up to a standing position. Give everything a good little wiggle and a shake. Make sure it all feels good. But you guys are amazing. You guys are so amazing. Happy Monday.